Guatemala, or for the rest of the purposes of this video, Guatemala. Guatemala's official language, as you might have guessed, is Spanish. However, 21 variants of Mayan language are also spoken here, as well as 2 other indigenous languages, Garifuna and Xinca. Guatemala's currency is the quetzal. Here it's shown in banknote form, but there are also quetzal coins. To the right is a centavo, which is 1/100th of a quetzal. $1 US is equivalent to about 7.5 quetzals. The national animal is also called the quetzal. In fact, that's where the currency got its name. The Mayans believe that the quetzal bird is actually the animal form of the Mayan god Quetzalcoatl, who is the god of the wind and the rain. Because of its sacredness, the bird's feathers were used for currency in ancient Maya times. Think of the quetzal to Guatemala as apple pie to America. The highest point in Guatemala is actually a stratovolcano called Volcán Tajumulco. At 13,845 feet, this is the tallest mountain in Central America. Guatemala's capital is Nueva Guatemala de la Asunción, otherwise more easily pronounced as Guatemala City. It's actually the most populous city in all of Central America. Speaking of population, Guatemala has close to 17 million people, a number that's been steadily rising since they declared their independence on September 15, 1821. You'll find this information on their flag as well. Guatemala, like the United States, is a representative democratic republic. This means they vote for a president every 4 years like we do. Last year, they chose Jimmy Morales to be their leader, who, prior to his work in politics, was a TV comedian. As far as when to visit Guatemala, September and October are probably when you don't want to go. This is the height of the rainy season, and especially if you're visiting the lowlands, you could be facing mud that comes up to your thighs. However, immediately after the rainy season, from about November to late February, is the dry season full of clear, blue, sunny skies. Not only does Guatemala have Central America's highest mountain, it also has its deepest lake, Lake Atitlan. While you're visiting, you'll want to check out this natural beauty. It's surrounded by 3 volcanoes, Toliman, Atitlan, and San Pedro. The lake is also surrounded by many thriving Mayan communities, the largest of these being Santiago Atitlan. Another notable community is Panajachel, but it's a little more touristy because it was commandeered by hippies in the 60s. Samuc Champe is your postcard definition of a natural-made beauty. Turquoise pools, caves to explore, and conveniently located in the middle of nowhere. If man-made locations are more your thing, you definitely want to check out Tikal Ruins. It's an ancient Maya city that was abruptly abandoned over 1,000 years ago. Here you'll find 6 major temples, several altars, and even the tomb of one of the last known Mayan rulers. It's no wonder that Tikal Ruins has been declared one of Guatemala's 3 UNESCO sites. The other 2 being Antigua, which was the capital of Guatemala until it was destroyed by earthquakes in the late 1700s, and the archaeological park of Quirigua, containing 17 Maya monuments dating back to the year AD 200. If all of these facts have happened to make you hungry, the national dish of Guatemala is pepián. It's a stew of slow-cooked meat, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, peppers, but the thing that makes it special is the sauce, which is made out of pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds. Another traditional Guatemalan dish is fiambre. It's usually prepared for Day of the Dead and All Saints' Day. On both of these days, families will bring food to eat by their loved one's graveside. The tradition goes that all the families got together and put their food into one big salad. That's why you'll find boiled eggs, sausages, pickled vegetables, and various cheeses inside of this dish. Personally, I go for dessert, so I'd like to try rellenitos de plátano, which is basically smushed plantain patties filled with a paste of black beans and chocolate and deep fried. If you think I've been mentioning volcanoes a lot, that's because there's 37 in Guatemala. Makes sense seeing as the country is located in the Ring of Fire. 3 of these volcanoes are active, but there are several more that are just kind of sleepy. It's these kind of natural features that make Guatemala the perfect place to shoot adventure films. The New Adventures of Tarzan from 1935 was shot in 8 different locations in the country, and one of the final battles of Star Wars 4 was shot back at Tikal Ruins. This is a chicken bus. common form of transportation for natives and tourists around the big city areas. It's cheaper than a taxi, if you can find a place to sit. The going is slow, the driving is aggressive, but it'll add character, to say the least, to your Guatemalan experience. So now, I bid you goodbye, adios, and this very intimidating looking Mayan farewell. I hope I was able to show you a little taste of the beauty of Guatemala.